Got a Rapala going. It was working yesterday evening, so we'll try it this morning. There's one. There's one. First cast. There's a lot. This is a rainbow. This lake is really nice for the variety of fish that it has. Actually, this is another brown. These browns love these Rapalas. You just got to get here when the water's not, when the sun's not on the water. Nice brown trout. But this floating Rapala, as you see, I'm jerking it in. Get him back in there. But these browns will just nail these Rapalas. I think it's just when the sun's not on the water, I think that it's just too obvious for them that it's fake. But when it's kind of dark, they're really aggressive. And I'm hitting almost all of these browns I'm catching them within 10 feet of the bank. So they're cruising. Notice how I'm jerking that in. When you're fishing Rapala for browns, you're gonna find that a lot of times, you know, once you cast and they don't hit it, they're not gonna bite it. And then when they're chasing it in and they don't bite it, they're not gonna bite it if you cast it out again. And I always like to do this wounded retrieve, so they'll miss a lot of strikes. But we're just gonna make some quick casts and just keep moving. And I'm just doing this shoreline pattern. I'm doing a fairly fast retrieve and I'm just jerking it in. There's one. Yes, they're on this Rapala, boy. Woo! And it's another brown. Lots of browns in Big Pine Lakes. We'll get the fly rod going later, but for now, woo, let's catch these. Look at these colorful browns. Look at the colors on this guy. He's beautiful, huh? Nice feisty brown trout. And this, I'm using a little rainbow trout imitation color. Look at that fish. That's a nice fish, huh? Let that guy go. See, a lot of people skip using the Rapalas in alpine lakes, and you know, whenever big rainbows will hit these too. See, in the back of the lake, it's really hard to get back there, and I'm going to try to take this there this evening before it gets dark. But all these fish are right on the bank. You know, and I'll get my fly rod, I'll get some nymph fishing going later when the wind comes up. But for now, I'm just gonna keep working this bad boy. I just caught 2 fish in 3 minutes. so I'm not gonna start making any rapid adjustments. I actually just came down to get some water in my bucket for breakfast, and I figured why not get a few casts in while I'm here. There's a lot of logs in the water. I think that helps. So doing 1, 2, 3, pop, 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 pop. And when you're fishing Rapala, always reel it in and kind of take a look at what it's doing, so you can see your action. So that way you can kind of learn what looks good. Because I'm going for the full wounded fish routine. Once the sun hits the water, a lot of times the Rapala fishing's done. Let's see. They seem to be hanging out and feeding along these banks. They're looking for food. And I can get a lot of range with this thing. Styles. I've never fished here. Whenever I fish a lake I've never fished, I like to throw the kitchen sink at them. You know, and I got my arsenals usually the same in alpine lakes: jigs, Rapalas, Panther Martin spinners, and fly rod. I don't think I need to deal with any bait today. There's a lot of grasshoppers, which could be good, but there's one. Ooh, he's a little bit, oh, this one's a nice one. He nailed that. All of these fish are good fighting. I got my new little 5-foot ugly stick. Ah, he's little. He's another brown. This is all browns. There's a lot of brown trout in this lake. He's about 2 times bigger than the lure. But brown trout are really hardcore predators. There you go. Whoa, get back in there. Go, go, go. Wrong direction. And when you throw that prospect of them getting a big trout meal in their face, they're ready to go. So far I haven't caught one fish on the straight out cast. I'm doing that fan pattern kinda that I talk about. But I want to do this because there's logs that are extending out and these trout will be cruising, so. Yeah, see there's a big rock. You can see it under the water there, and then there's a log in the water here. So I wanna run this right up this log. You always want to look for structure and patterns and. Ooh, there's one. That's a brook trout. There's a brook. A nice little brook. It's not huge, but look at the colors on this guy. It's beautiful, huh? Look at that brook. See, they got that big, the brook is a char. They got that big mouth and they'll go for these rapalas. Get him in. If I get a rainbow today, I'll try to find that Lake 7 and see if I can't go for the Grand Slam where you catch a brook, a rainbow, a brown in one lake. I think this could be a Grand Slam possibility. A Grand Slam is when you catch all 4 species, the main species. Just know if a trout's following your lure and it's not biting it, but it's following it, that means it's interested, but it's very suspicious. Because believe me, if a trout wants to hit it, it can hit it. Come on, let's get one more brown. One more. Give it to me. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. I asked and he delivered. Oh, he came off. Say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Trout fishing is all about adjustments. What you're doing is not working, you got to make adjustments. Once they bite it, they're done. You got one shot. It's getting dark, but it's not that dark. It's not too dark to see that there are some nice brown trout in this lake. Look at that guy. That's a nice brown trout. And I'm catching some nice feisty browns. It's good stuff, man. I'm really digging it. In Big Pine Lakes. Got this guy right here. I'm fishing a Rapala. And this is a nice like 12-inch brown. Beautiful fish. Ooh. And he nailed that floating Rapala. Look at that brown. That's a nice fish for a lake that's upwards of 10,000 feet. There we go. About a 12, 13-inch brown trout. So I'm gonna keep working this Rapala and seeing if I can get another guy like this. But let's let him go. I wasn't even filming. But we'll go a little farther and see if I can pick up anything else. It's getting dark. But those Rapalas really work.